Welcome, everyone. I'm Maureen McCann with Proficient's Oracle Business Unit, and I'm really pleased that you've joined us today for our webinar session titled Fulfilling Real-Time Analytics on Oracle BI Applications Platform. Before we get started, I wanted to give you a few quick points regarding the flow of today's session. We're going to kick it off with a short overview of Proficient and then move into our session. Very importantly, we encourage questions. So at the close of the presentation, we will leave ample time for Q&A. So please don't hesitate to get your questions ready and share them with us using the chat box on your screen during our presentation. With that, I'm really pleased to welcome and introduce our speaker today, Shiv Bharti. Shiv is the Practice Director for Proficient's Business Intelligence Practice. Welcome, Shiv.
Thank you, Maureen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this session today. I am Shiv Bharti. I'm the BI Practice Director with Proficient. And my background is I've been doing BI, and in particular Oracle BI, for over 12 plus years now. I started my career with Siebel Systems and was part of the core engineering team that designed and built the product that used to be called Siebel Analytics Applications, which later, after the acquisition, came to be known as Oracle BI Applications. So after Siebel, I kind of moved on to Oracle, and then have been out there in the field since 2008, helping early adopters of Oracle BI and BI applications really be successful with their initiative. So in terms of the agenda, we'll start with a quick overview about Proficient, and then I'll give you some more background on Oracle BI applications, talk about what is real-time BI, and then what are the metadata modeling steps that we can take to achieve and fulfill those real-time analytics requirements that you may have. Finally, we'll also discuss a case study of a customer who was on Discover, a lot of legacy reporting tool, and was looking to build an enterprise-class data warehouse. How did we lay out a roadmap to help this customer move from all of those legacy tools into building an enterprise-class data warehouse, and then you're taking it beyond that and being able to fulfill some real-time reporting requirements, which a lot of customers like yourselves are looking to fulfill. So about Proficient, we are a national IT and management consulting firm. We are a publicly listed company. In terms of revenue, we are about $373 million in size. And one of the things to highlight here really is about 90% of our revenue comes from recurring clients, and that is because we produce results. In terms of our relationship with Oracle, we are an Oracle Platinum partner, and we have a dedicated pillar for BI, which is the pillar that I help oversee. And then we also have pillars for CX, we have pillars for EPM and EBS. So a little bit more about Oracle BI practice. We are a team of about 100 consultants. Now, these are team members that are dedicated to working and delivering Oracle BI projects. As of today, I would say we have successfully delivered over 400 Oracle BI projects. We have been doing this for a very long time. And one other thing to highlight here, again, is I would say more like 65 to 70% of our consultants, share a very similar background. That is, especially during the early days of our career, we were with engineering, building the very products that today we're helping deploy at our customer locations. In terms of the types of projects that we do as a team from a BI practice is, everything from BI applications for Oracle EBS, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, helping customers with OBIEE, custom data warehousing projects, Oracle Golden Gate, as well as the very newly released product, which is Oracle BI Cloud Service, for customers, looking to make that step to the cloud. We can, help them out with that movement as well. So when we speak about Oracle's business intelligence and business analytics solution, what do we really mean? Well, from a product perspective, it really starts with Oracle's BI platform. or what Oracle calls the Oracle Business Intelligence Foundation Suite. And probably many of you know it as OBIEE, which is an enterprise-class business intelligence platform that delivers the most robust set of reporting, ad hoc query, analysis, mobile BI, scorecarding, as well as geospatial capabilities. Now, the Oracle BI application is the enabling technology for a broad spectrum of Oracle and non-Oracle ERP applications. It is a prepackaged and pre-built BI tool that enables organizations to realize the value of a packaged BI application, such as rapid deployment, lower TCO, and built-in best practices, while also being able to very easily extend those solutions to meet your specific needs, or even build completely custom applications, but all on one common BI architecture. So just a little bit more detail on the pre-built BI applications for ERP and CRM analytics. One of the key things to any data warehousing project really is common dimensions. Oracle BI applications, as you can see, offers a number of common dimensions like customer, product, supplier, that you can use to do a cross-functional analysis across both your front office applications as well as your back office applications. So your front office applications could be your sales, marketing, service, contact center, and your back office applications like finance, procurement and spend, supply chain, order management, and so on. So in terms of the content, that comes out of the pre-built solution, as you can see, there are about 370 fact tables, 595 dimension tables, 8,200 pre-built metrics, and 17,700 data elements, all built on Oracle BI Foundation Suite and all pre-integrated with a wide range of ERP and CRM systems like Oracle EBS, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, SAP, and Siebel. So Oracle's goal really is to simplify analytics. Every single BI application or every single module starts with a pre-built warehouse. Now, these are the dimensional star schemas. And then there's a pre-built extraction, transformation, and load mappings that go directly to source systems like EBS, PeopleSoft, SAP, JD Edwards, as well as it could be your own custom applications. So the pre-built extraction logic that populate these data warehouse tables, and then there is pre-calculated and pre-built metadata with metrics and definitions. And then finally, a very extensive best practice library of pre-built dashboards and reports that are typical to most businesses. So this is all out of the box for you. But you also have the ability to customize and tailor every single layer. You can extend the data model. You can customize the extraction logic. You can add your own metrics or customize what comes out of the box. And then finally, you can build your own dashboards and reports, organize your reports in a fashion that you want to see, you want to drill down. All of those things are very easy to do. So what you see here is the architecture diagram for BI apps. Starting from down below are the different source systems like Oracle ERP, EBS, PeopleSoft, and then you have the option to choose Informatica or ODI as your ETL tool. Then as you move up, you have the data warehouse layer where you have all the pre-built star schemas that we're talking about. Then finally, you have the out-of-the-box metrics and KPIs, all built on common information model, and we'll talk more about that in the later slides. And then finally, you have the pre-built dashboards and reports with all the predefined and pre-built security architecture for your different user groups. So in terms of the overall value of this, first and foremost, it is the pre-built content and the insights that help you manage your business better. But from an IT perspective, there's also a tremendous value in terms of accelerating the time to implement and lowering overall total cost of ownership. And so what you see here is the period spent in generally building this by yourself. So typically, if you were to build an analytic application yourself, you would start by doing business requirements gathering. Again, this is assuming that your business users know what they want. A lot of times they don't know what they want, and they really need best practice library of content to help them understand what other industries and other companies are doing to take a look at their financials or their sales and those types of metrics. So again, going back to the requirements, starting with doing a requirements gathering, taking those requirements, laying out the data model to fulfill those, and then doing the lineage analysis to understand the source system. Finally, writing all of those extraction logic, defining those metrics, building those dashboards and reports, and then putting all of that through an extensive QA process. So typically, if you were to build your own data warehouse, it could easily take months, and in many cases even years. But by having all of this packaged up for you, you can dramatically compress those cycles, and you'd be able to implement these much faster. So what typically might take months or years can easily be done in a matter of weeks or a couple of months, depending on the level of customization that might be required, or in some cases, the number of source system, the non-Oracle source systems that we're going to have to extend to. So that was a quick overview on BI applications. Now let's talk about real-time BI. Per Wikipedia, real-time business intelligence is the process of delivering information about business operations as they occur. Real-time means near to zero latency and access to information whenever it is required. So in other words, if there is a real-time data that is being created in your business application, and if there is a value of being able to see that information as the data is being created, the ability to do that using one of your analytical tools is doing real-time BI. So some scenarios would be access to point-of-sale transactions or operational reports for business that depend on timely deliveries. Or it could be that you just need up-to-date information with real-time data, and which is the case that we run into a lot of times, where business users are used to discover kind of reporting where they have all of the reports that are built directly off of the transactional system. They are kind of used to the real-time reporting, and they expect the same behavior from a BI tool like BI applications. So now let's talk about if you own BI applications, what are the metadata modeling steps that can actually be taken to fulfill those real-time reporting requirements. So let's start with a design scenario. So the business users are asking for a very simple report. They're saying, show me a real-time view of order amount by customer and product. And the way this can be done is really by consolidating that information by going into two source systems, the transactional systems, which has the real-time data since the night before, and your data warehouse, which was refreshed as of last night. So the question is, show me real-time. I don't care where the information resides. Show me the real-time view of order amount by customer and product. So before we talk about the modeling steps, let me spend a little bit more time talking about OBIEE, which is the key technology differentiator for Oracle BI apps. The Common Enterprise Information Model, this is the unified metadata model, which is accessed by all the end-user tools. So every end user and every department across the enterprise, can have that consistent view of information tailored to their role. The Common Enterprise Information Model enables you to define key metrics and calculations all in one place, showing that everyone has a consistent view of that information, and also, most importantly, assuring alignment across different departments. So now let's take a look at what are the customization steps that we undertook. As you can see here, we have OBIEE, which is the physical star schemas as in your data warehouse, the BI application data warehouse. And that is all out of the box for you. What we did is we created views on top of our transactional system, views for fact and dimensions that has a real-time value. And then so once the views were created on top of our transactional system, the next step really is to do the modeling steps within our business model and mapping. So this is where we collapse the different logical table sources. Like in this case, we have two logical table sources for our sales order lines. One is that comes from our data warehouse. The other one that comes from our transactional table based on the view that we created. So as a part of the business model mapping, we're going to collapse that into one order line fact and then map individual metrics to essentially say that, let's say if we're looking at a discount amount, the discount amount field comes from the discount amount in our data warehouse and, probably some amount field within our transactional system. So very similarly, we have to do the exact same metadata modeling steps for all the other dimensions that we want to give our users the ability to do the real-time analytics by. And so as you can see here, we did the exact same thing for our product dimension. So product dimension, we have two logical table sources, one that comes from our data warehouse. The other is the view that was built directly on top of our transactional system. So the next step is the presentation layer, which is a layer of abstraction that sits on top of the business model. The way you organize your metrics and your dimensions within the presentation layer is exactly how your users are going to be able to see it, is in a WYSIWYG format. So once your presentation layer has been completed, based on the design and modeling step that we just completed, when users go on to their OBIEE platform and try to create that report for the order quantity by customer number and product name in real time, they're actually going to be able to see that in real time. They're not going to be able to tell the difference between how the information is coming. And the way OBIEE works is behind the scene, it's smart enough to send disparate queries to our data warehouse as well as to our transactional system. Get that information, consolidate that, and then present to the user, as though all of that information is coming from one place. A few other things here. Oracle has rolled out the newer version of BI applications, which is on ODI and Golden Gate. And so some of the architecture that I've talked about is already built in, especially for customers that are looking to do real-time reporting requirements. Those functionalities have already been built in within the Oracle BI applications. Okay, so with that, let's talk about a customer case study. This customer, they had Oracle EBS, Discover, BI Publisher, as well as ClickView, number of reporting tools, as well as their EBS application, all hitting one Oracle database instance, all within one node, one instance to go into for update as well as for analytical purposes. So in terms of the volume, they had about 5,000 Discover reports. Transaction volume was huge, 275 gigabytes per day with 160,000 tables. and they were seeing tremendous data growth, about 25% per year. And so as you would imagine, they were running into a lot of challenges, especially around scalability. That they were obviously seeing a lot of performance issues, and they did not have an enterprise reporting strategy. So every department had their own information, which were not tying, no single source of truth, and then also they did not really have a data consolidation strategy for multiple different Oracle as well as non-Oracle sources that they wanted to be able to analyze their data on. So the end state, what you see here, this is the end state architecture that eventually helped them overcome all of those challenges. So as you see here is what we did is we set up Golden Gate to replicate the source system and create a source mirror image. And then we used the source mirror image as the source to extract data by Oracle's pre-built BI application and load them into the data warehouse. We also used the mirror image to fulfill any type of real-time reporting requirements by extending the OBIEE based on the metadata modeling steps that I just walked you guys through. Okay, so again, going back to the roadmap, this was the initial state, the single instance of Oracle database, multiple applications, running into a lot of performance challenges. And then what we did is we initially started with setting up a RAC database to help them get performance benefit while we were looking to migrate all of their reports from Discover, BI Publisher, onto this enterprise data warehouse that we were trying to build. Finally, when we did get to the end state, this is what it looked like. We had a RAC database which was able to support scalability and performance expectations on their source application side. On the BI side, we had the pre-built data warehouse, the BI applications to fulfill most of their analytical, snapshot kind of reporting, and then the extensions that we made on top of the replicated instance to fulfill most of their real-time reporting requirements. So in terms of the project phases, this is how it was broken down for this customer. Started off with setting up the RAC instance to give them that immediate performance benefit and expectation that they were looking for. Our next step is we started to enable all the out-of-the-box dashboards and reports. And then finally, we also did a fit gap analysis of their 5,000 or so Discover reports to consolidate that, use a combination of the out-of-the-box reports, customizations, as well as some completely custom-built content. And then finally, once all of the reports was migrated to this new platform, we started talking about how can we build an ongoing BI support team, a BI competency center, to essentially enable your team to be able to support enhancements going forward. And today, they are actually looking at setting up Exadata and Exalytics to be able to support the growth that they're seeing, especially around the volume at which they're creating a lot of data within our transactional system. And also, now that they have the single source of truth and enterprise data warehouse, they are starting to think through how can we bring in some of the unstructured data and really give our users the ability to analyze some insightful information off of those unstructured data, kind of map it with the enterprise data warehouse and be able to make some proper analysis on top of that. So that's the ongoing phase as of right now. So this is, again, our NASCAR slide, talking through, showing you a list of different customers across different industries where we have done a number of Oracle BI and BI applications projects. Okay, so call to action. Contact us within the next hour or so to receive a complimentary advisory workshop. Either myself or someone from my team will work with you and your team to really understand where you are, what are the challenges that you're seeing, and help you lay out a strategy to help you build that enterprise-class data warehouse or even fulfill real-time reporting requirements, and talk about what are the best practices as you're looking to migrate from a lot of legacy reporting tools in terms of what we have seen at a number of other customers. So reach out to us within the next 24 hours, and we will help lay out some of those roadmaps. Okay, so with that, I would like to open up for questions and answers.
Thanks, Shiv. As you were speaking, it looks like we actually had several questions come in, and for those on the line who still have questions, please just go ahead and type your question into the chat box, and we'll get to as many as we can. So, Shiv, the first question is, can we use S-based cubes in place of the views?
That's a really good question, Maureen, and the answer is yes. We can absolutely use S-based cubes in place of any other data sources. And typically what we have seen is a lot of times the way we model BI applications is to use S-based cubes as an aggregate table or summary tables. So typically users would start by looking at the reports more at a summary level, which would be hitting the S-based cubes. Then as they start drilling down, it would actually start hitting the BI applications or the data warehouse, because that's where all of the detailed information is stored. And so again, the answer is absolutely. I mean, it could be S-based cubes, it could be additional aggregate tables. Very, very easy to configure based on the modeling steps that I just walked the team here through.
Okay, great. Thanks, Shiv. Second question is, can we use this approach to migrate all of our Discover reports to our existing BI apps deployment?
Right. So when you're looking to migrate all of your Discover reports onto BI applications, what we have seen is, again, a lot of times customers try to replicate the exact same set of reports within this new architecture. The approach that I recommend is really do a fit gap analysis. Now, what that means is take a look at all of your 5,000 or so Discover reports that you have. Again, I'm just putting in some number. Take a look at 5,000 or so reports that you have. Break it down by metrics and attributes that you're trying to analyze your data by. Next step is, as you break it down by metrics and attributes, try to take a look at what are the out-of-box dimensions or facts where those metrics and attributes fit in that can actually be used to fulfill most of the analytical or snapshot kind of reporting. And then finally, take a look at what are the real-time reports that's really adding a business value. Those are the types of reports that we may have to customize or extend. So again, my recommendation, again, coming from experience, would be try to leverage your investment on BI applications, and then only customize where you absolutely need to fulfill some real-time reporting requirements that is generally adding a business value.
Okay, thanks, Shiv. Here's the next question. You mentioned consolidating 5,000 Discover reports in the case study. Can you tell us how many reports were a fit with BI apps and how many new reports had to be built to migrate all of them?
Okay, so this question, again, is very similar to the one that I just answered, 5,000 or so Discover reports. When we do the fit gap analysis, in this case, the customer, the case study that we presented here today, when we consolidated those 5,000 or so reports, it really narrowed down to 500 or so distinct reports, and those additional reports really were different views or different slices and dices of the same report. So narrowed down to 500 or so reports, and then as we did the fit gap analysis, what we discovered is out of those 500 reports, I would say about 380 or more or less like 400 or so reports were historical, snapshot, transactional kind of reporting, which really didn't have much of a real-time value. And then only 100 or so reports or those operational reports where business users really needed to see that information in real time. And those are the extensions that we had to make on the OBIEE metadata modeling steps to be able to extend to the mirror image of the source system to be able to fulfill those real-time reporting requirements.
Well, that sure is a dramatic decrease in number of reports for the users to really simplify their jobs. Looks like this is our final question, Shiv. Do we need Golden Gate for real-time analytics?
The answer is it really depends upon the performance of your existing transactional system and the rate at which you're growing today. And the reason being, a lot of times if you don't have a huge performance impact on your transactional system, all of those real-time reporting requirements you could actually fulfill by going directly onto your business application without having to create a replicated mirror image. But if you're already seeing a lot of performance impact on your transactional system, so in that case, you are actually going to have to use or consider replicating all of those transactions in real time to be able to fulfill those types of real-time reporting requirements.
Great. Thank you, Shiv. Well, it appears that there are no more questions. Before we close, I just wanted to invite everyone to follow Shiv and our other thought leaders at Proficient. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And don't forget that special offer that Shiv made for the assessment. And you can also just visit us at proficient.com and click on our Thought Leadership tab. Shiv's actually a pretty active blogger, so please visit him out there. And as we conclude, I just wanted to thank you, Shiv, for sharing this great content. And I would also like to thank everyone for investing your really valuable time with us today and joining us. And I wish everyone a great day. Thank you.